Hello there, I'm DeltaDynamite and I am here to talk about Stratis today, or to give it its real name, Agios Efstratios, the 20-kilometre Greek island where Arma 3 is set. We're going to have a look at some of the locations around the island, comparing real-life images to in-game footage, with a little bit of background information on each location. So we start on a small hill overlooking the harbour of Stratis, and the village there. Here in-game we can see a very similar village area, with a similar mountain range. One of the other things you quickly notice is that the in-game Stratis is much more green than the real island. Here we can see a view out to sea from the harbour. In-game we are stood on the pier you can see to the right, as the layout of the piers is slightly different in-game, as will be highlighted later. Here you can see a similar hill arrangement, with Stratis airbase stuck on the end in-game. This airbase is not present in real life, created for the Arma world. Here we are overlooking the harbour and village of the volcanic island. In-game you can see that the pier layout is very different, but that the village and surrounding hills are very similar. Perhaps the small wooden pier has been used instead of the old one. We are now once again on the hill above the pier by the church that was destroyed by an aftershock. In-game, the church is shown as being intact, and in the distance we can see that in-game the mountain range appears much higher, and there is more greenery. Here at the southern tip of the island we can see the Nikolaos Sialmas monument, dedicated to the Greek pilot who crashed in the Aegean Sea. The monument is accurately depicted in-game, and the text reads Molon Lave, or, if you want it, come and get it. A nice touch. Here at the Cape Trippity, we can see all that is visible of the island from the southern tip. In-game, we can see a very similar formation of land, but with more rocks around the coastline, and a large forest visible in the distance. We are now at Alonitsi Beach, the largest beach on the island, located on the northwest side. In-game, you can see that the formation of the beach is very similar and leads into a forest, like in real life, but that a small military base has been added along with a lighthouse and more rocks on the shoreline. Now we can see Fragau, a small beach on the southwest edge of the island. In-game we can see a similar valley shape with higher mountains and more rocks on the coast. The sand dunes on the right-hand side are visible in-game but are less prominent. Also, on the beach, there is a sun parasol. Yet another beach, Fatelio, can be seen here, and once again in a valley surrounded by trees. We can see that in-game the valley is much deeper in higher mountains, and a military outpost has been added to the top of the beach. Here we are on the northwest coast, by the cave of St.efstratios, the cave where the man found refuge when he was chased by the iconoclasts in the 9th century. The cave cannot be found in-game, and the area is much more rocky, with a forest in the distance. This is perhaps the most dissimilar location in the game. This is Portes, a small hill overlooking the east coast. In-game, the track layout here is very similar, but once again, the mountain on the right is much taller, with more trees. Honestly, it is the same location. If you're not sure, just have another look. We now find ourselves on Prophet Ilyas, a hill overlooking the harbour of Stratis, where we started. The view in-game here shows the same structure on the left, with the same road leading up to it, albeit much larger. This view also highlights how much taller the hills are, and how much less flat the landscape is, in general. We are now at Sideral Petra, the northern end of the island, with the islet Velia visible in the distance. In-game, we cannot see this due to the draw distance, but we will visit it soon. We can also see how much greener the island is in-game. It is also worth noting that the real island has a cliff, where the game has a sloped rock face. At the very northern point of the island, by Sideral Petra, is a small rocky islet called 12 Apostles. This view is from above that island. In-game, we can see a very similar island shape, with the same rectangular shape jutting into the island, but with rockier edges. Finally, we have the view from the islet Velia, showing the curve of the islet and the island in the distance, along with Alonitsi Beach, with the lighthouse on the hill in-game. This island is also much more rocky in-game. So, that is me done. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope to do more like it for other game worlds. So I've been DeltaDynamite, and thank you very much for watching.